One travel agent is searching for the perfect churro, one is searching for the perfect ride, and one just wants to meet a celebrity. Will they do it all? Join us on today's episode and find out. Welcome, wanderers and dreamers, to Earstravagent Adventures, the ultimate show for all things magical travel. I'm your host, Rachael, with my co-hosts, Abby and Mackenzie. And we are your guides through the enchanting world of Disney destinations, Universal, and all the wondrous realms that exist beyond our everyday reality. Every episode, we'll be delving into the hidden treasures, behind-the-scenes stories, and insider tips that will transform any ordinary vacation into an extraordinary adventure. But that's not just about the destinations themselves. We'll also be diving deep into the planning process, offering you expert advice, tips, and tricks and hacks to make the most of your magical journey, from finding the most enchanting accommodations to savoring the delectable culinary experiences. Will be your trusted source of all things Disney, Universal, and beyond. So whether you're a lifelong fan, a first-time visitor, or someone yearning to recapture the wonder of childhood, Earstravagent Adventures is the show you've been waiting for. Join us every other week as we unlock the gates to a world of magic, wonder, and unforgettable memories. Welcome aboard, adventurers, to Earstravagent Adventures. How are y'all doing today?
Woohoo. Good. Doing well. How are you, Rachel?
It's been a long week and it's Tuesday, but I'm excited to be recording with you guys.
Same.
I'm
nice
so
little break.
excited about today's show, guys.
Yes. So before we dive into today's show, let's give a quick thank you to our sponsor, our friends at Alonzi Travel, your go-to experts in theme park family travel. If you've ever tried planning a trip to a theme park with the whole family, you know it can feel like an overwhelming roller coaster. That's where Alonzi Travel comes in. Alonzi Travel specializes in creating unforgettable family vacations to the most magical theme parks around the world. They've got years of experience, so they're like the ultimate fast pass for stress-free travel planning. With Alonzi Travel, they'll handle all the nitty-gritty details so you can focus on what truly matters, having a blast with your loved ones. Plus, Alonzi Travel knows the ins and outs of every major theme park, whether you and your family dream of wandering the enchanted quarters of Hogwarts at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, or exploring the iconic lands of Disneyland, they've got you covered. These folks are like the Mickey Mouse of vacation planning. They'll work closely with you, tailoring your trip to fit your family's needs, preferences, and budget. It's like having your very own magical travel genie. If you're ready to leave the stress and hassle behind and embark on an unforgettable family theme park adventure, head over to Alonzi Travel's website at alonzi-travel.com/take the trip and take the first step towards making a vacation full of excitement, laughter, and precious memories. All right, now that we've got our housekeeping out of the way, we have some theme park news.
Some.
Not a whole lot, but we've got a little bit. First, this one's kind of exciting. Next year, Universal Orlando is going to debut a brand new land at Universal Orlando. So like at that park, DreamWorks animation area, and it's coming to Universal Studios Florida. So this is not coming to Epic Universe. This is coming to an existing park.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you guys see where it was on the map? I think it's in like an area that's like kind of blah right now anyways.
Yes, I think it was definitely in need of some refreshing.
Yeah. And everybody loves these characters. I think the characters they're bringing, like Shrek, Trolls, Kung Fu Panda, they're a little bit more of their iconic, timeless characters. So I'm excited for this. I don't go to Universal very much, but they need more stuff. They need more family stuff.
They do.
I was going to say Trolls and Shrek definitely bring it. Well, Kung Fu Panda too. Definitely bring in, something for the little ones in the family.
Yeah, I think that used to be just like a generic play area. So it'll be nice to have actual things there. And this is coming in 2024. So it's not like we have to wait super long. If you guys can believe, we're almost in August of 2023. So
that was Fievel's, right? It's going into where Fievel's.
Yeah, like that little play by E.T., which, fun fact, the only attraction at either theme park that's original is E.T.
E.T., that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It kind of blows my mind because I don't know. I guess like to me, if you have intellectual property, that's a problem with it. If you use IP, like it can get outdated and stale. So you have to keep reimagining your parks. But Disney has so much original stuff, like they don't have to replace Pirates because it's Pirates.
It's well, and Pirates, I mean, Pirates is one of the few rides, right, that wasn't based on the movie. It's the other way around.
Right.
Right.
Pirates, Big Thunder, that's all original
Country
stuff.
Bear Jamboree, yep, and Haunted Mansion, although now we have many.
Shut up with Country Bear Jamboree.
I know, but it's true, no movie. So I don't know. I think that it's a fun fact for you there. But I think that it's true, except that I knew you were going to say this because we've talked about this, but the ET ride, it can't go. Like, I think I will be destroyed if that goes. I know the ride's not very good. I know the technology is no longer exciting, but ET has said my name on the way out, and I like that.
Well, and I think ET, that version of ET, you could argue that it is original content.
Right. And it's also just like, I'm going on that ride for nostalgia at that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you have to have some piece of nostalgia for people to keep coming back. I think now that'll be like the Hogwarts piece of it. It's cool,
Yeah.
but it's also nostalgic. But yeah, I don't want them to get rid of ET. I think I will be sad because that ride is like stupid fun.
so
Like
fun.
stupid, comma fun.
So not like so fun it's stupid. Just
Right.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a good
So
time.
what other news we have, Abby?
We got our new helm, guys. Any Disney Cruise Line fans out there? We have the new helm art for our Disney Cruise Line treasure ship. So right now, Rapunzel was the last one on the Wish. She's hanging off by her hair. On the
So
treasure, they unveiled the new image where Peter Pan and Captain Hook are having a paint fight. It's very cute. Hook is coming out of a porthole. I think it's nice. I don't think Peter Pan gets enough love, speaking of, sort of older IP.
And that would make sense because they do stuff on a boat.
Yeah.
Pirate ship. They belong on a boat. It's nice to see us branching out from the Fab Five. So I think that's pretty cool. Excited to see the rest of the ship. Boat, ship. Which one is it?
Ship. Ship.
It's fine. Mackenzie, what's our last piece of news-ish?
We got some menus released. So a couple weeks ago, right after we filmed the last show, the Epcot Food and Wine Festival menu debuted. And then just yesterday, we received some rundown of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party menu. So there's a couple of treats on there, a lot of some new things on there as well. One thing that I was excited for, I love a good dirt cake. So there's one over at, I believe, Sunshine Terrace that looks to die for. And also there's a Dole Whip that is going to be a must try with some mango and habanero. So I don't know
Yeah, that
how
one
you
looked
guys,
crazy.
right? So I'm like, I think I have to try that when we go. So I'm excited for that.
They're leaning heavy on the spicy stuff for Mickey's Not So Scary. The only thing that really caught my attention was the sweet potato fries that had like the marshmallow cream or something on them.
Those looked good. I was I was excited to see some like savory items and not just all sweet.
Because the Christmas parties, they really lean into the sweet stuff, which
Yeah.
cool. Some of us, especially adults, can only have so much sugar before our body is saying reject.
I don't understand this feeling. I've heard people describe it. People have said things are too sweet in the past. It's just not an experience I've lived.
Well, you've never had like too much sugar in one day and your like body is sick. You've never had that experience?
I mean, I'm still fine. I just like my body will be like, you should maybe eat more vegetables, and I do, but I don't feel sick. And I've never
Well,
had like people explain like something in your teeth when it's too sweet.
no,
Nothing.
not that. That's not what I mean. I mean, if I have too much sugar, I will be physically ill. That's not a situation you have. Well, I guess that's just me then. So,
Nope, I've definitely had that.
okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Then
no.
Abby's the odd man.
Abby's alone.
I'll take it.
I am a little disappointed. My favorite booth, the Brazil booth, only has 2 items this year. They took off, like, they still have the pão de queijo, obviously, which is the cheese bread. You can't go wrong with the cheese bread. And they have the pork belly, but they usually have 2 other menu items, and that's all they have this year, in addition to the drinks, of course. But I hope that's not a sign of them trying to take the Brazil booth away, because I will park my butt at the Brazil booth the whole festival. Just
I
eat
don't know.
cheese.
That booth is so big. I feel like, and it's always has a line, so I can't imagine them taking it away.
Yeah, but to take away like all the food, that just seemed really weird to me. I don't know. I was underwhelmed with all the festival offerings this year in general.
I feel like sometimes they've done like a mid-season offering for like, refreshing things. So who knows? Maybe they'll offer them, come fall.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We'll see. Maybe we'll get some changes if that the Moana thing opens, because they're supposed to have that festival, whatever, land is the wrong word, but that festival building open up. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll get some extra stuff when that happens.
That's
That's
soft
starting to look
opening.
close in the pictures.
Yeah. Didn't we get
Yeah,
a
well, the
soft
Moana
opening
stuff
date?
for sure, because they're like we talked last time that they're doing the testing on it, but I don't know about the festival building.
Yeah.
Who's going to Disney World next?
Soft opening date is today
Oh.
for
I
Moana, the
haven't seen
walkthrough.
anything about it online.
Yeah. I just heard it this week.
Okay. Well, we'll have to check back. And Abby, when you go, you're going in August, aren't you?
September.
September.
Okay. Well, you'll have to report back. We'll have to do a trip recap for both of us and talk about our trips then.
Yes.
Can't wait.
We have to book our tickets.
Yeah. Mackenzie, where'd you get those ears?
These are Disney Park specials.
I don't think you can get those anymore, right?
No, I don't think so. I think they were
That
a
was
hot commodity.
Millennium Rose Gold, wasn't that fat?
No, Millennium Pink.
The
Yeah.
Millennium Pink.
That one was so popular. Yeah, I have my
Mhm.
rose gold back there somewhere, but yeah. Mine are from Lovely Lily & Co. RIP. She does not make ears anymore.
I love those.
Thank
You
you.
need to
They're
get close up to show the jewels on there.
Yes, they are oil slick, and they're front and back, and she always does a good job with her ears. And they're real comfy and they're real
Not making
secure.
it anymore, you said? That's sad.
Well, yeah, she transitioned to more of like just a boutique, but she is gonna do ears every now and then. And I've been friends with her for a while, so if I want some, she'll make me some. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I gotta have my
How about for your
bejeweled ears.
friends?
Yeah, right.
Can we
It's
get
nice
a
to
set?
have creative friends. But today, I'm excited for today because this park is, in my opinion, very underrated. We are going to do a day at Disney's California Adventure. We talked about some Disneyland misconceptions last week, so this is a perfect segue into how we'd spend the day at California Adventure. First, I want to know, where are y'all staying?
Well, California Adventure.
Yeah, if money is no object, I'm
Yeah,
staying at the Grand
this is a pretend
Californian.
scenario where we're doing whatever we want. So, concierge level Grand
Okay, Grand Californian then, yeah. I mean, is there, yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
we actually stayed there back in May, and we were on the 6th floor with the concierge, but we were just in a we were in just a 2-bedroom, but not concierge. But I have to say, the walk into the park was amazing because you literally go through security at the hotel and you are in the park.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to take that entrance, because that entrance takes you by Soarin' and what that river ride that I will
Right.
never ride. Yeah, but if you
Call
don't
it
want to,
river.
if you want to go in the main entrance, it's like a 3-minute walk.
So close.
Yep.
It's you literally cannot get closer. It's amazing. Okay, so we're all staying at the same place. Are we all doing early entry?
I'm always about
Absolutely.
early entry.
Yeah, okay, good. Same. I am going straight for Radiator Springs Racers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So
Sans
This-
kids, yes.
this I think is an interesting point. Mackenzie and I were talking about this earlier. I think this depends a lot. Do we have our kids with us in this scenario?
Okay, yeah, because I don't have kids, so my trips are always sans kids. So if this was your ideal trip, would you be bringing your kids?
Oh, well, that's a loaded question.
Right?
Let me just say, if I were in a situation where I had kids over the age of 7 with me, and everyone was fast. I think I would go straight to Guardians, and then no, I would go back to Radiator Springs single rider line.
Okay. Okay.
If I have my little one with me, I'm buying my Lightning Lane probably for Radiator Springs.
Yeah, that's fair. And the Radiator Springs Racers is one of the few that I feel like I would buy Lightning Lane for because it goes down all the time. And if you have the Lightning Lane, you
Yes.
can use it again later in the day. Whereas if you're stuck in the standby line, you're literally stuck in the standby line.
You got it.
That's a good point. You won't catch me on Guardians or Incredicoaster. So like, no. But are we doing Genie Plus? Me,
I mean, in this
yes.
scenario, yes, of
I
course.
love Genie Plus. I'm not going to not do Genie Plus.
Well, and let's just say we're not park hopping. We're only doing California Adventure. I'm still going to do Genie Plus because it includes PhotoPass. And PhotoPass is like $20 a day. And so is Genie Plus. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to purchase this thing anyways. So might as well purchase a thing that's also going to let me skip the lines.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. I guess I would still do it. And I'd be buying my Radiator Springs Lightning Lane probably. And then heading to Avengers Campus.
Yeah. Web slingers.
Get that one out early. It's not my favorite ride, but the line will be steadily at like around that 45-minute mark. Then I hit up Incredicoaster.
Web Slingers is on Genie Plus now, so you can do it. You could do it twice. You could do it in the morning, and if you're in the first car of the day, you could be surprised and be the best of the whole entire day. Hi, that happened on our trip together. I was so stoked. I took a picture of it because it was my score, and then you can come back later in the day and then just be sad that you're not the high score of the day. But I like that ride.
It was a beautiful 5 minutes when it happened.
Yeah. Mackenzie, did you do it on your trip?
We did it a couple times. Unfortunately, I think the last time we did it, it broke down mid-ride, so we actually had to get off and see Abby's worst nightmare, the not so magical thing.
We're evacuated with the lights on.
Evacuated with the lights on. But
that's some bucket list Disney item for a lot of people is to be evacuated from a ride. It's not mine. I don't want to see the magic.
I don't want to see how the sausage gets made. Don't ruin my magic. But I know for some people that is very exciting stuff. I've also heard that
if I ever get evac from Haunted Mansion, I will die.
I think
blindfold me and take me
you could be the 1,000th happy haunt.
I can be the happiest haunt.
I don't want to get evacuated with the lights on.
Yeah. I think that's a great rope drop option. When we were there recently, we often started at Pixar Pier because of the little ones. So actually my husband and I would rope drop Incredicoaster and then head over to Avengers Campus after because we were prioritizing doing PIMS for breakfast as well. So, and doing
a couple. The only place that does breakfast.
Yeah, we did like burritos one day from one of the carts. I can't remember which one, which they were pretty good. And then we did PIMS for breakfast. And we were able to do a couple of, Pixar Pier was dead because everyone was over in Cars Land and Avengers Campus. So it was so awesome to just do, we had a walk on for Incredicoaster. You really have that 30 minutes to yourself and there was no wait at all.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really smart strategy if you're going with kids because 100% to your point, nobody's going to Pixar Pier. Everybody's going to the other stuff in the front, like Guardians or Radiator Springs or Web Slingers. Yep. So if you're in the back, you could do boom, 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 a ton of stuff. And if you were park hopping, for the sake of today, we're not park hopping, but if you were park hopping, you could get the whole park done by the time you park hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because the park opens at like 9.
100%. And then you can hit up Pixar Pal Around too, but non-swinging cars only.
We did that with both kids, and that was a never again.
You did the swinging?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I didn't realize that we went around twice, and my voice just got so high, and I was just like, my mother-in-law was just cracking up because I was like, no.
That to be the scariest.
Damage.
It just looked my now 3-year-old, she was 2 at the, 2.5 at the time. She was like totally loving it, but we had the baby with us and I was just like, "Oh, why did we do this? Why?
How
Why?"
how did the baby do?
She was in a carrier, so she was totally fine. She was sleeping the whole
Okay,
time.
so
The
it
kids
was
were
the grown
fine.
adults that were
The
having the
emo
issue.
Yes, the
Okay.
adults were having the issues.
Okay.
I think for me that might be the scariest ride in the park.
Absolutely, without fail.
I would
Yeah.
rather do
Yeah.
Incredicoaster 10 times in a row than the Pixar. Like, I fear for my life on the swinging cars.
Mhm. Yep, I will not ride them again. That was it.
I'm
And
really glad we're all in agreement on that. No swinging cars for any of us. Love it.
Okay, but now are we stopping for snacks? Because I do love Bing Bongs. I like the slushies.
Yes,
And I
I
have not
mean,
had my
at
churro yet.
Disneyland, at California Adventure, at any Disneyland park, California park, I feel like it's ride and then what are we eating? Ride, what are we eating? Like if I'm not at a ride, I have to have food in my hand.
Yes. And Disneyland churros, like I dream about that. I would just eat Disneyland churros all day long. So that I didn't get yet. That's my first stop in if I'm taking the Grand Californian entrance, passing Soren and getting my churro. But here we are in Pixar Pier. I want my Bing Bong slushie.
But if it's early entry, the churro carts aren't open yet, so we
They're
have to
not open.
ride our first ride and then get our churro.
Okay.
Mobile
But
order. Yep.
now I've had no churros and I want one. I'm hangry
So-
for the churros.
So after we ride, what did you say your first ride was going to be? Was it Guardians?
Guardians.
Okay. So after Guardians, oh, you know what? They have that churro cart right outside Guardians. And they have those weird orb things that honestly I've always wanted to try, but then I end up getting the churro because obviously a
too.
churro, but the weird orb things I really want to try.
Yes.
I
I'm
don't
here
know what the
across from
orb
Pips.
is.
It's not a whoopie pie, but it is a whoopie pie. It's like this pastry filled with a neon colored cream that's flavored. It's
Oh,
very themed, but I've heard good things about it. But then when I go there, they always have a specialty churro. I'm like, well, okay, but I
gotta
want a
try it.
specialty.
Churro.
Yeah.
Because churros. But yes, I've heard it's like the school bread in Norway for fans of that.
I
Okay.
hate that.
Yeah.
But I think I don't like the shul bread because it's got too much anise for me in it, and I don't think those have the anise in them.
No.
But
I
yeah, you're right because it's like a pastry bread with cream in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, you're off Guardians. What are you getting for a snack? A churro?
Churro.
Okay, Mackenzie.
So I'm so much more of a savory person. Depends on what time of the day. I might be going for the oh my God, the pretzel, the Pim pretzel that I
Oh
can't
yeah,
think
the
of.
gigantic
pretzel?
one. Yeah. Well, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, so yeah,
Yeah.
savory.
Or getting breakfast at Pim's. I loved our breakfast at Pim's. They had like what was it, a quail egg
The
or
quail eggs, yeah.
yeah, it was good.
And their tots are actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
They actually flavor their tots, which is nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're the best tots.
Yeah.
So then
Pim's for me.
you're back in, well, I guess you came up to Avengers campus then. So we're all kind of in the Avengers campus area because that's obvious. That's the second place I'm going to go after I get off of Radiator Springs Racers. I'm going to stock characters now because I've probably set up a lightning lane for something. I've got a Genie Plus for something. Now I want to see Thor.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I want to see the Doctor Strange show. I want to see the Wakanda show. And I want to see who else is going to appear.
I like the Spider-Man show. That animatronic
that too.
blows my mind.
Yeah. The
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
show
show
was
also. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Abby,
There's
your
a
kids
lot to
haven't been to
see.
Disneyland yet, have they?
They have been to Disneyland. They went last February, so February of 22. And they loved it. And I think we did everything. Yeah, no, they even did Radiators. We were my youngest Parker, he did not love Guardians as much as I love Mission Breakout. But he also doesn't love Tower of Terror, so that was not surprising information. But
Fair.
but I mean, he did like Rocket because who doesn't love Rocket?
Who doesn't love Rocket? Mackenzie, are you a Marvel fan?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay.
So we didn't spend as much time there as I wanted to. So we didn't get to see all the shows, but we did get to see the dance off and
The dance off.
yeah, and one of the shows on the Stark Tower
Oh,
and
the where they're like fighting and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, which there was just like so much going on like at all times. So like really, I mean, even though there's not like a ton of attractions in that area, like I would definitely hang around in there and just like check out all the shows. Like you said,
That's a good tip. And make sure if you're not with one of us on our adventure that you're looking in your app, they list off the show times and all the character meet and greets and appearance times because yeah, you could definitely catch a lot there.
Well, not
But
all of them, because a lot of the characters will just roam around. But the Doctor
it's
Strange
Disneyland.
show is on the app. The Spider-Man show is on the
Spider-Man
app.
shows on the app, yes.
Yeah, and then the
dance
Wakanda
off it.
one. Yeah, that's
So-
all on.
Yep. But right, as we discussed, that is one of the better benefits of Disneyland, right? The characters are going to be moseying around, but you could definitely at first glance like look at the land and think this is pretty small, there's not a lot to do, but there's more there than meets the eye.
There's a lot more there. And Pim's Test Kitchen is really good. So but the hard thing is going to come down to lunch because California Adventure slays the quick service food game.
Yes,
Like
I agree with that.
Pim's Test Kitchen, great. The Mexican place, great. The bread place, great. The new stuff that's coming out at Pacific Wharf,
Stanford,
great.
yep.
Lamplight Lounge Boardwalk, great. I mean, there's
was my
so
dinner
many
pick.
food options. It makes it so hard. So, what are y'all eating for lunch?
I love the Mexican place you mentioned. By the way, last time I was there, I think Rachael knows this. I ended up getting to meet Mirabelle. She was right there. So that was awesome. That's my pick, although it is very difficult to choose. I do like a bread bowl too. But you know what? If we're here during a festival, now I have a bigger problem. So I assume we're not visiting during the festivals.
No, because their festivals are so short. So just to make it easier, because they only have, well, they have 3, but
The
they
holidays,
only last like
right,
a
the
month.
holidays.
Yeah, they have the holiday one, they have the food and wine one, and then they have the Lunar New Year one.
Right, the Lunar New Year one is cool. Nope,
But they're
I'm
super
going today I'm going Mexican.
Mexican. Okay. How about you, Mackenzie?
ooh, well, I might be doing this pick for my dinner, but I loved Lamplight Lounge.
That's
So
what I would have for dinner.
yeah, so that's what I would do for dinner too. I'm trying to think of what I would do for lunch. We maybe shawarma. Be going
Oh, the
staying
shawarma.
Have you
staying in
had the
Avenger.
shawarma?
Not there, but I would that's probably why it's so high on my list because I want to try it.
I had it and it was so spicy, I could not finish it at all.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
So if you like spicy though, that's probably very exciting for you.
Would
wait.
you try it again? Like, do you
changing my
think it was
mind.
just an off day?
What?
Would you try it again? Like, maybe it was just an off day?
Absolutely not.
No,
Because I
wouldn't even
gave it
risk it.
to my friend who does like spicy, and it was even too spicy for her. And no, absolutely not. I would not order that again.
All right, I'm pivoting then, and I'm going to Flo's if it's too spicy.
Oh, flows! I totally forgot
wasn't
about
thinking
flows.
right, and the cozy cones. Why? I totally forgot about the cozy cones. It was
The
like
cozy cones are my favorite snack place. The popcorn and churro.
The popcorn.
obviously.
We had the pickle popcorn. That was pretty
We
good.
did. Yeah, we tried I like when Abby and I met up, I had a whole list. I'm like, I want to try all these things. And she's like, okay, bet. And we tried all the things. And the dill pickle popcorn, granted, I think it should have been shared because it was kind of rich, kind of
Right. Neither of us could finish a whole cone.
Yeah. Yeah.
My one cozy cone would have been enough. Would have been cozy enough.
Cozy enough.
Flo's. Flo's is a good
Mackenzie, what are you getting at Flo's though? Because I've never actually eaten there because I end up eating at like 2 of my favorite places. So what Flo's is like comfort food, right?
Yeah. So what did I have at Flo's? I'm just trying to remember. I think it was the fried
Flo's gives
chicken.
me- there you go, fried chicken. Flo's gives me like gives me primetime vibes.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
same. Very much
definitely.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, and we ate outside, and we did it for dinner, and it was just, yeah, it was awesome under the lights.
My lunch preference is going to depend on the weather because I really do like a bread bowl, but I don't want a bread bowl when it's hot. I really like their birria tacos, but again, I don't really want that when it's hot. So if it's hot, I'm going to do Pim's Test Kitchen because their little I don't get the gigantic sandwich. It's $100. I get a piece of the sandwich. That's a normal person price. That's really, really good. So if it's crazy hot or whatever, that's what I'm getting. But if it's pleasant weather, probably a bread bowl. And if not a bread bowl, quesadilla tacos.
That sounds
I
good.
really liked the burrito bowl I had there too. But yeah, I mean, I love a bread bowl. What's not to like about sourdough bread and soup?
Seriously. Or mac and cheese, because you can get it with mac and cheese in it.
You can.
Mm-hmm. So when you guys are at California Adventure, are there any rides that you're not doing? Because, I mean, we've talked about this before. I feel like if you're going to stay in the park kind of all day, it is really easy to do everything there if you want to do everything, especially since we have Genie Plus.
Is there anything I actively don't want to do?
Right.
Big Bear.
The
I
water
don't want to get
one?
wet.
Yeah.
Yep. Other than that, I'm down for anything. I mean, the swings are not my favorite. The
Golden
Symphony-
Zephyr.
The
Oh, that
Golden
one.
Zephyr, that I could leave that too. But I last time I was at Disneyland and did California Adventure, I did run out of things to do, and I rode both of those because I was like, well, I'm here, and I rode Goofy's Flight School too. I'm not a Barnstormer fan. This to me is just like that on steroids. If you were there before that refresh, it's a literal crazy mouse coaster. It's a lot of sharp turns.
Yeah, people are always saying how they feel like they're going to fall off the edge of that one.
Yeah. It hurts my back too. I'm getting old. That's just not for me. I'd go on Radiator Springs a bunch more. Credit Coaster too.
Well, after lunch, because I'm concierge level, I'm going to go back to the hotel because it is a 2-second walk. And I'm going to have afternoon tea at the concierge lounge, take a nappy nap because the parks are open until like 11. So I'm going to take a nap and then I'm going to go back and do everything all over again. Because we rope dropped. Like, I'm tired. I'm old. I'm tired. I want to take a nap, and California Adventure is right there. So I'm going to go take a nap, and then I'm going to come back. And I will say with Genie Plus, like, it's a lot easier to work your way around the park because not as many people in my opinion, use Genie Plus, especially at California Adventure. So, like, if you get it, you could be like, okay, I'm going to do everything in Avengers Campus. Now I'm going to do everything in this Hollywood Boulevard. And okay, now I'm going to do Soarin'. I'm going to leave, take a nap. And then I've got the rest of Pixar Pier or wherever I want to do the rest of the day. So it's a lot easier to like, instead of, instead of at like Magic Kingdom where you're ping ponging all over the place, wherever you can get a dang Genie Plus, California Adventure, you can be strategic about it like we used to.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
And you can always
got younger kids. Oh, sorry, Abby.
Oh, no, I was going to say, and there's more availability when you go to modify your time. So if you are taking that cat nap, you can be messing around from your hotel room with that schedule.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think that was what we were doing. So our kids were, napping, and we kept booking and then modifying the times because then you can, we weren't waiting to book anything because we were going to lose out. So we booked and then kept modifying and then got to book our next one, in 2 hours.
So you would go back to the hotel for a nap too?
Oh, absolutely. We did. Yeah. And actually, I think we talked about it on our, Disneyland misconceptions podcast. I was able to like go back while the kids were sleeping, and I didn't get to ride Genie Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. So I was able to modify my Genie Plus, go and be back before they woke up. It was and I got to see the dance off and everything.
Yeah. So they can be in the room, you can go, and that too, like if you're a party of 2 or whatever, or if one person wants to go back and the other doesn't, like you're right there. So it's super, super easy. And going back in the middle of the day when you get older, like it's nice. You don't do it at Walt Disney World because it's such a, like, let's be honest about it. It's such a hassle to go back to your room. It's so time consuming. But when you can just walk, like it's a 5-minute walk and you're at your room, shoot, I'm going to take the break during the middle of the day because I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agree.
It was a great
So
reset to be able to stay out and, see World of Color later on.
are you doing the virtual queue for World of Color, or are you just gonna willy-nilly the spot?
100% virtual queue all day, every day. I never leave it up to chance.
Yeah, same. Abby, how about you?
Same.
But we're all watching World of Color, right? Because I love that show. We're all watching it,
Love
right?
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Love World of Color.
Have to. I've always wanted to watch World of Color from Lamplight Lounge, but like Mackenzie, to your point about taking chances, like you're not guaranteed that you're going to have a spot outside. You're not guaranteed you're going to even have a good view. So I always end up watching from virtual queue spot because it's a good spot, but also like I just don't want to take my chances and maybe not get a spot at Lamplight Lounge that's outside with a view.
Yeah, and you still have to wait for the show to start if you want a good spot, but I think you don't have to like be there. You don't have to stake out your spot as early. So,
Yeah. I think if you just show up like 15 minutes early, you're still good.
yeah.
Right.
Unless you're a big
like the
party.
Disney
If you're a
World
big
fireworks.
party. Yeah.
Big party, small kids, depending on where you want to stand.
Yeah.
So if you're a little bit more flexible, it was still a good spot.
Yeah. So where are we having dinner?
Lamplight Lounge.
Both of you?
Yep, Lamplight Lounge.
Yeah, I think Lamplight Lounge because I used to love Carthy Circle, but they changed their menu a lot post-COVID, Carthy, and it's not as good anymore, and it's very expensive. And Abby and I went to the wine, or what was it? The Trattoria, what was it? The Italian place?
Another one. No, that was a skip.
Yeah, that was
Really?
hard. It was terrible.
I haven't done it, so it's a pass for you guys.
Well, I mean,
That's a pass.
it's a pass for California standards. I would say it's good Italian food if it was at Magic Kingdom. Like, it's better than Tony's Town Square. But
there's better food elsewhere.
Yeah.
There's better quick service.
Square. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, especially in that park, right? It's more frustrating.
Yeah. Now, Lamplight Lounge, are you going to do the boardwalk walk-up seating, or do you want an actual reservation in the lounge? Because there's two different experiences.
Good question. I like a sit-down dinner. That's me. So I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's what we typically do, but that's because, we've got kids in tow. So
But I mean, for Disneyland, for California Adventure, for everybody listening, watching, it is really easy to get walk-up reservations if you didn't make one when reservations open. It's
correct.
Like their walk-up wait lists are great. People do cancellations all the time. So if you weren't able to get Lamplight Lounge at the lounge section, like we're talking about, still go to the restaurant maybe that morning or in the early afternoon and see if they have any tables available. And most likely they will. So you can still have a sit down reservation. It just, you didn't make it super far in advance. I would do it depends on the weather. If it's cold, I want a reservation. I don't want to be sitting outside when it's cold because I'm a big baby.
I know we also have definitions that are different, I think, of cold, because in Texas, what is cold for you there?
I mean, if it's below 50, I don't want to be outside.
Okay, that's not so bad. I mean, I would still sit outside with like a sweatshirt on, but
yeah, like if I have a jacket and there's like a little
not like
heater.
Enjoyable. Yeah, no, that's fine. I was afraid you were gonna be like anything below 60 and I'm inside.
Yeah.
No, because 60 is still pleasant. It's when it gets below like 50, then I'm like, yeah, this is cold. And I even have a jacket on and like I'm not comfortable. I want to be comfortable when I'm having dinner.
Right. That's not enjoyable anymore. I get that.
No. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. And I think, the only things that I wouldn't have done by the end of the day, just because it's me, is Incredicoaster and Guardians of the Galaxy. But I think I'll have done everything else. And then
Are you doing the Big Mountain Bear? Big Bear?
Oh, no, thank you. No, absolutely
Grizzly
not.
Peak, River Run, right?
I don't want to get wet.
Grizzly River Run, there it is.
Grizzly River Run, yeah.
Same thing as Kali River Rapids.
Oh, it's the better version of Kali River Rapids.
It is better, but
yeah.
Consequently, you end up much more soaked.
Very true. Yeah, that's a middle of the day, middle of the afternoon, or I'm ready to head back to my hotel and I'm okay getting wet because I'm going to go change.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
and
know,
now you
that's a
need
good
different
point.
sneakers.
Yeah, maybe I will try it because I'm staying at the Grand Californian and I'm planning on taking a nap. So maybe I will try it, but like in the middle of the day because I'm gonna get wet. I don't like day clothes being wet. If it's
No, that's
clothes
no
that are
good.
supposed to be wet, okay.
The things that also kill me are like the squishy shoes after you get that
Yeah,
wet on a ride.
I
And
hate
like
it.
you could legit ruin your sneakers. So I agree the only acceptable way to do this is to immediately go back to your hotel and change out of those sneakers.
Immediately. I mean, and
Yeah.
I could probably skip the Pixar stuff, but I've never done them because I usually skip them. But if I'm spending the whole day in California Adventure, I have the time, and why the heck not? So I probably will. But yeah,
That is the only time that I've ridden like emotional whirlwind was I have time and I'm here and I'm not hopping yet. So
Oh, see, we
but
did it and we thought it was so cute, but we had a 2-year-old with us, so
right.
well, I mean, maybe I'll think it's cute because I haven't been on it. I like silly things, silly simple things. I don't like Dumbo though, so who knows?
really.
The silly swings.
No, just Dumbo because it's so boring. You just.
Yeah, so I think you should avoid Pixar behavior. I mean, it's essentially the
I think
same
it's slightly
thing.
better than Dumbo. Like it moves a little bit more like left to right, which actually surprised me because you don't visually see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, unless you're traveling with kids or your goal is to ride every single thing in the park, it's just not a high priority, I think.
Yeah. But you
But
do get
please,
a different
please Disney,
emotion to narrate, right? Every time you ride
you
it,
do.
it could be someone different.
Oh,
You do.
really?
But
I think so.
I would love to see more stuff at Pixar Pier. More Pixar stuff. There's so much
Yeah.
like there's no Up. Give me that. I want that.
Mhm.
There's nothing Nemo happening. I'd like more Nemo.
Well, and we briefly mentioned San Francisco, and like that was a little bit of a letdown with nothing being added there either.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't feel let down only because I didn't expect much because that area of the park is so small. Like what could we really be putting there? But it would be nice. I mean, I'm gonna be excited to hug Baymax. He looks very squishy. Into that. He can also just tell me everything's gonna be okay. That would be terrific. Um, he's gonna
And
like
fist
be
bump
like,
you.
yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, there's like a lot of Pixar that is like very underrepresented. I'd like more of it, please.
Agreed. I would like more. And Abby didn't mention it, but I know she's going to be mobile ordering some churro toffee.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was to die for. I
Churro
got that.
toffee is yes, that is like why can we not have that in Florida? That is sorcery. I want it all the time. I pack it on my way home. It's delicious. That's my mobile order for sure. Also, we
What
didn't
is your World of Color snack?
I was about to say, can I go to the adorable snowman now? That's a
Well, you
great
can go
one.
to the Adorable Snowman whenever you want, but we already know the churro toffee is not for a park snack. That's for taking home to enjoy
Yes.
the
Oh,
parks at
I see.
home.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. I might be visiting if we're watching World of Color, we're over this way anyway. I might be visiting the churro stand by the Mexican restaurant by
Mhm.
Goofy's because they always have a special churro. That was my favorite when we were there, Rachel, in December. That was my
Yeah,
favorite churro, hot
the
chocolate one.
grandma's hot chocolate. Yeah,
Ooh, that sounds good.
it was
I
really.
want
It had a condensed milk dipping sauce. It was really good.
Ooh. Yeah, I
so
would
more
be
churros.
doing something warm for World of Color because no matter what, those winds coming through, I always get cold around 6 or 7 with the winds, and then I am chilly and I want something warm to keep me, as I hope to stay dry during World of Color.
Yeah, it gets pretty cool. No matter what time of the year at Disneyland at night because it's in the desert.
Yes.
I think if I'm with somebody, I'm gonna have a specialty churro, but I've actually never had the Jack Jack cookie, so I want to split that with somebody.
I've not had a Jack Jack cookie either. I'm down to split that.
Okay, cool. Because I already know if I'm gonna have a churro, I can't have the whole cookie, and it's a huge cookie. It's like a saucer size. It's huge. So I want a churro and then split a cookie.
I'm
But
down for
oh, we're in California Adventure though, and I can also have a beverage, an adult
That's
beverage.
right. That's right. It's not dry on this side.
Well, because we were at Lamplight Lounge, so if we time our reservation right, Lamplight Lounge can be done around when World of Color is, and you can get a drink to go at
Themed
Lamplight
cocktail.
Lounge.
They have
There we
strong themed cocktails. That I will say they did a nice job like lining into Pixar there. But still.
Well, and they have their secret menu, which is a ton of fun. I always get the Mickey's Fun Wheel because it has passion fruit in it, and I love anything with passion fruit. But it's also got the layers of color, and I'm a real nerd for layered drinks like that, but it's really good. But yeah, the theme drinks are a lot of fun. They're Disney prices, but who cares? They're a lot of fun.
Agreed.
And tasty. And tasty. Yeah.
So tasty.
I have to say, so I know you said prioritizing doing Lamplight and then World of Color, but we have to talk about doing Cars Land at dusk.
Yeah,
That's
thank
a
you.
good point.
Yes.
So for me, we did an early Lamplight Lounge dinner with a reservation, and then went over to Cars Land, and we waited around. We kind of planned it so that we were there right at sunset, and it was perfect because we were there right at the time that what's the song that comes on?
Yeah, the little thing that they do when all the neon turns on.
When all the neon turns on, it was literally in the tip of my tongue, but mom brain. And it was so magical. Like my daughter and my husband were dancing with like the rest of the crowd, and I was just loving life. And all of the lights were coming on down the street. And we actually did Radiator Springs right after that, like right as it was getting dark. And that was my favorite time to do that ride. It was so awesome at night.
I think that's one of the rides that, like, yes, it's different at the daytime and nighttime, and it's like a different experience, but also that land is such a different experience daytime and nighttime. It's so well done. And also, Abby, I don't know if you're going to say this, but the Avengers campus at night is amazing as well.
So lit up. So they make it feel much more like, like the city within a little land. They did a great job. Both of those lands are really well done. Really well done.
But to Mackenzie's point, if you can watch when the lights come on, because they do a little thing for it, it's a lot of fun, and it's super cute, and it's just like Disney magic.
Yep. And I also think that's one of those things, like, that's not well known. People are not going to be like lining up to see it. And that's to your point from before, Rachel, that one's not on the app. So that's like a nice pro tip, a hidden gem.
Yep, it's not on the app because sunset, there's no set time. So you just either have to ask a cast member or just, check your weather app.
And Disneyland cast members are the kings and queens of vague. Like, I asked one cast member if Thor was going to be out, and they're like, well, I'm not sure. He may be out around this time. I'm like, just freaking tell me like the time. Why you gotta be like that? But they probably get a lot more heat from people being like, well, you said it was going to happen at this exact time, and it's like 3 minutes later, and so now they're super vague, and it's very annoying, but also I get it, but it's very annoying.
I also sometimes wonder if it's because, like, sometimes, we're in Disneyland, a lot of times celebrities come in, they're messing things up. You will see that. Remember, I was on Little Mermaid like a mere few seconds before the Kardashians.
Yep. Well, speaking of meeting celebrities,
and
I know that was in the intro, like, that is kind of a thing that I will do. And like, I need other people to help me because I'm very unobservant when I'm on vacation, and I don't pay attention to other people. I pay attention to the people that I'm with, but not other people. So I've always wanted to like spy a celebrity, but I suck at it. So my terms of celebrity at a Disney park is meeting Thor, because Thor is a celebrity to me.
Thor is listen, Mickey Mouse is my number one all-time favorite celebrity, but a fun thing you can do is, as you know, Disneyland VIP guides are as spottable as Disney World ones with their tartan uniforms. And if you see a bunch of those around with some extra people who may or may not be, looking like they're bodyguards, that's a sure tell that there's a celebrity around. They are not waiting in the lines with you.
Mackenzie, do you celebrity spot when you go to Disneyland or Disney California Adventure?
Yeah, I was looking around, but like you said, your Thor is my Ant-Man. I literally was like a little schoolgirl, just like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. So,
And they're easier. I'm using air quotes for everybody listening on to the podcast. They're easier to spot than like a real celebrity because like they're supposed to be there.
Right. They're dressed in character.
Yes.
Yes.
You like Ant-Man though. Ant-Man's he's funny.
Oh yeah, hilarious. So yes, big fan of Ant-Man. I was just like my mind was blown when I saw him walking around and like no one was around him and he literally was just looking around, seeing what was going on, and then just walked back to the tower and I was just like, "Oh, cool. Okay, no one cares that Ant-Man's here. I'm just losing my mind at Pim's."
Yeah, they definitely do that at Avengers Campus. Like they'll come out and walk around, and if you want to take a stagnant picture with them, obvious good luck actually because they usually don't stop. But yeah, to see them like interacting, like again, air quotes, real people is so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels way more authentic compared to the world on the other side.
Do they give you a reason as to why they won't take your picture? Like, the Mandalorian will be like, "Oh, I got to get the child safely."
When I tried to take a picture with Thor, he did say, he's like, "Oh, I'm on my way to so and so. You can take a picture with me while I walk," or something like that. I think they have like their own schedules that they're supposed to stick to, because sometimes you will see them stop and park themselves somewhere and take pictures, but it could have been the end of his, quote unquote set. So he was going back inside, but I just randomly spied him. But the walking around characters, they're harder to get like a stationary picture with. But like, Iron Man, if you're going to see Iron Man, he's always on like right underneath the Quinjet in the corner over there. And then Spider-Man always has his meet and greet underneath where he does his little aerial show. And then Loki will have his by the car. But those are the only ones that I know of that'll have like a stationary meet and greet. Again, not in the app. So you just kind of got to wing it. Just got to wing it. Any other last minute things that we absolutely have to do at California Adventure? Hidden gems, secrets that we have that we don't think are secrets because we know about them, but they probably are secrets because people don't know the parks as well as we do.
I don't think we talked about Hollywood Land. I know that's probably
totally
not
skipped
a
over
place.
the whole place. Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, going to see like Mike and Sully's, that attraction was, super cute for Monsters Inc. fans. Disney Junior Dance Party was there. Sorry, we have thunder and lightning, so you can hear my dog.
We have thunder and lightning here too.
Yeah. And I believe you can meet Anna and Elsa over there as well.
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
So in case you need your princess fix at California Adventure, you can go check them out. Anything else in that section?
No, but that ride's great. Don't sleep on that ride.
Well, and the Animation Academy's over there.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Yeah, the Animation Academy is great. It's a lot of fun. There's some cool Disney artifacts in there. So, I mean, there's not as much to do up in that section, but definitely Monsters Inc. is a silly ride and everybody's going to have a good time on that. And then Animation Academy, like I suck at art. I suck at it so hard, but I can make sketches that they tell us how to make. So, if you want to feel like an animator, check out Animation Academy.
Yeah, and every time you go, they're usually working on a different character, so it's pretty fun.
I have never made the same character twice. That is accurate. Yeah. Yeah. So after World of Color, hightailing it out and going to the concierge lounge if it's still open, having a glass of champagne because they do serve beverages, grabbing some room cheese because that's obviously something you have to do, and then going to bed and doing it all again the next day, probably at Disneyland, because that's the perks of concierge level is the snacky snacks. Good snacks, I mean.
That's right.
Good snacks. And alcoholic beverages. It's pretty solid. Yeah. Well, I think we about covered a full day at California Adventure. We definitely did not have enough snacks, but I also feel like snacks are very much spur of the moment kind of thing. And you don't plan for snacks. You just decide, I need a churro.
That's right.
I need another churro.
And then you take some to go.
And you take some to go. And then you get churro toffee plus another churro.
That's right. You can mobile order from your Disneyland hotel too. Pick it up. Disney, on Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mobile ordering is your best friend. Use mobile order, use the app, and use your friendly travel agent to plan your next amazing Disneyland vacation, because we know all the ins and outs and there's so much we don't know. We probably didn't even scratch the surface, but here we are. So, any last parting words from you guys on California Adventure?
No, can't wait. Can't wait to do it in real life.
Yeah, Cars Land, I think, is my favorite land of all of them from the parks that I've visited. So I would say that it is well worth a trip.
100%. Do not skip California Adventure. It's like when I tell my clients, don't skip Epcot. It sounds like there's not a lot to do, but there is a ton of great stuff there, and you will be surprised how much you love California Adventure. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Earstravagent Adventures. I hope you are just as excited as we are about California Adventure Park. And when you are ready to plan your next vacation, head to alonzi-travel.com/take the trip, and we will get your vacation all set. So thank you again, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye.